Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Today we're going to take a look at the 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X AEV. Send me a video of you saying that 5 times fast. If you're successful, I'll send you a Vehicle Visionary t-shirt. I'm not kidding. Borrowed this model from my friends at Morgan Buick GMC, and I am going to show you what the American Expanded Vehicles version of the AT4X, or the Editions, is all about. What is here that you don't typically have? That's the point of today's video. So I'm going to assume that you already know everything about the AT4X, but you're curious to see what the AEV version adds. In case you were wondering, the exterior color on this truck is onyx black. And for starters, with the AEV editions, we're going to have a 32.5-degree approach angle. The ground clearance increases to 11.2 inches. And while the steps are not on right there, as they will be, this truck I literally yanked it off of the truck when it was delivered to the dealership. But I wanted to share one thing with you here. There are available steps that actually are fixed in place that would obviously go right here. And the cool thing about it is they're easily removable. So depending on your situation, if you're going to be going over some terrain or something that you're concerned they may get hung up on or scrape on or something like that, you can easily remove them, put them in the bed, and be on your way. The breakover and departure angles will be 23 degrees with this AEV package. And we also have the AEV stamped and powder coated front and rear bumpers. And you're definitely going to notice a difference on these bumpers compared to what you would normally see on really any other GMC Sierra 1500. We'll also find, obviously, the AEV badging, and you will find the heavy-duty recovery points, not only here on the rear bumper, but also on the front bumper as well. And you can remove the license plate bracket right here, and behind that is the area where you can have your winch and have that ready to go when necessary. Let's not forget the grille with the gloss black upper and dark nickel inserts. This is a different style of grille than what you have on your typical AT4X. There's also a different design to the front fenders as well. And I'll give you a look at the underside of the truck, where you will find the steel skid plates that are supposed to be the best in the industry, better than all competitors. One thing I would personally like to see change when you have packages like this, which is typically not the case with any vehicle whatsoever, is that you have more horsepower and torque. Not that this model is hurting in that area. This is the 6.2-liter V8. It makes 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And how about those MPGs? Well, 14 city, 17 highway, 15 combined, and 6.7 liters, or excuse me, 6.7 gallons of gas is what GMC says you should use per every 100 miles you drive. I don't know that anybody's that concerned about MPGs on a vehicle like this, but in case you were, now you know. And you're going to find the AEV race-inspired 12-spoke wheels. They're going to have the recessed valve stem for added protection, and obviously everything is meant to be capable and rugged for the off-roading experience. And those wheels are wrapped with the 33-inch off-road tires, and underneath, in case you need to deal with a tire change when you're off-road, you will find what you likely saw earlier in the undercarriage shot, the full-size spare. And you'll also notice another difference back here. You likely already saw it involving the exhaust, in that you don't have the exhaust outlets or the finishers on this truck like you would on other models. You can still see the exhaust pipes coming out from underneath the bumper area here, kind of in front of the bumper, but obviously that's there to keep from being damaged on any off-road adventure. You will also find the gloss black door handles, but something that isn't gloss black that is going to be unique to this particular model is right here. The matte black Well, it's really a finish, I guess you could say, but more so it's a wrap. This is a vinyl piece that's actually on here on the Multi-Pro tailgate. So that is something else that will set things apart. And yes, you do have the full use of the Multi-Pro tailgate. That is not going to change whatsoever. Just give you a little bit there. Now, one thing, let me show you one thing here, just in case you are curious. Now, it looks like someone might say, well, are you serious? There's no kicker audio system? That has not been installed yet, among some other features and items on this truck. So that's one of the reasons why grabbing it off the truck as fast as I did, well, you're gonna notice a few things that are not, and there are also some additions to the interior, including the AEV embroidered headrests. And you may have guessed it here, you'll have to use your imagination, but the dealership has not quite installed them, but they will be here, the AEV branded floor liners. And not that I recommend towing in heavy off-roading situations. You can tow up to 8,700 pounds. Payload comes in at 1,290 pounds. And the chassis is specifically tuned for off-roading, and the 2-speed transfer case has multiple selectable modes for the situations and different driving conditions that you might face when off-roading. And something that this truck has that no other competitor offers are the e-locking differentials, which are there, in simplest terminology, to provide maximum traction in all situations, sending traction to where it's needed most. And the DSSV shocks and dampers provide premium traction control and, believe it or not, ride quality, comfort for this truck. That's not something you would probably associate with a truck that is intended for very aggressive off-roading, but that is the case here. So, being that this truck is already purchased, unfortunately, we're not going to get to do a test drive, especially an off-road test drive. Maybe one of these days we'll get the chance to do that and really put one of these AT4X models through its paces and see what I can really do with it. Gotta say a special thanks to my friends at Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this truck for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.